What's up, everyone? I just wanted to make this post torn down video of the DartZone Scorpion, mainly because I wasn't planning on doing any heavy mods, but I still wanted to show off what the interior looked like, as there wasn't a whole lot of examples, and I needed to figure out how to take it completely apart. So as we take a look at the dart gun here, we can see just a few interesting things like how the trigger mechanism works. It's just like spring loaded. It's got this little bumper at the top, and when that bumper makes contact with the switch here, that's what engages the entire gun to function. So this makes the belt travel, and then this is where the darts get pushed out, and then this also is where the barrel spins. So these are separate mechanisms. A few things I will add is this is the battery door, probably one of the first things you're going to remove, and there's this little nub, and this is actually the bottom of the battery door. If we take a look at it, that's what it looks like. So you'll notice there's this little notch down there. That's where you're going to lift it up in order to take that off. So just keep that in mind. Another thing is that this is the longest screw in the entire gun that I could find, and it goes right here. So just try not to lose that. I have all of my screws over here, and I also took it apart in other ways just to see how this works. This is just a spring in the center, and then this also has its own separate internal. Take a look at it here. So that's all it is on the inside, at least from this angle. And if we look at the bottom here, we'll see that we have another screw, and that is what controls this. So that's how I'm going to use the poor term slaps back and forth for the belt drive. I'm just going to put that aside for now. And another thing to note is when you initially take off all the screws that you know that you can get to, the final thing that's holding on, well, at least one of the final things I should say, is that's holding it all together is this. So you kind of have to wedge this off one side and then wedge it off the other side. But in order to even start taking that off, you have to remove these two. So this little guy, there's another one here. I'm going to grab it. These two go along with this. And then if we take a look at the barrel, it is basically put together with acetone, and then it creates a chemical bond. And I tried the boiling method, that didn't work, so I ended up having to pull it off. And yeah, it's ugly on camera. It's not really that bad. It's just because the light is hitting it real direct. But I just got to sand down this area just to smooth it out. I'm not particularly concerned about it, which is why I have it masked off, so that I can sand this down, just paint over it with a base coat, and then just put a cap on that is removable if I happen to want to mod it again later. This is the barrel that it goes on. There's some screws that you have to remove on the side here, and then after you remove that top portion, then it should come up just fine. So let's see here. What else? We will test it before the video's over. Trying to think if there's anything I missed that was weird. I guess as far as modding goes, like since these are all separate, I'm going to actually remove this because I don't need it for what I'm doing. I'm going to keep this, and I'm also going to keep the barrel spin. I mean, it does have a pusher too. You look here. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, so like it works a lot like many of the standard Nerf guns do. Just to give you an idea on how things are moving in there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so the wiring that we see in the back is the mechanism that makes the pusher function. So I'm going to keep that normal. In fact, I mean, I could remove this. I need the space. That's the reason why. So it's like I have a choice to either leave this as is, because I really don't need this. It's loud, and I don't really need it. So that's the main reason why I'm going to remove mine. But um, yeah, so some things I will just re-grease this. Let's go ahead and do the power test. It's pretty loud, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So hopefully I can maybe find another one and mod it just simply because I want to do Nerf stuff with it, but in this case, no. I mean, I might not even need the pusher mechanism realistically. I don't know. Maybe I think of something cool that I can do with it, like attach an LED to the end of it or something. I'm not sure, but you know, just something like that. But yeah, so that's how it works. And that's what the inside looks like. So hopefully someone found this helpful. And happy modding.